Congratulations, guys. Welcome back to Victory Lane at Kentucky Speedway. We will, I know we have a good crowd here, and we also have Martin coming in here in just a bit. So we will not delay with any additional opening questions, but we will go ahead and open for questions if you have them for Cole Pearn, Joe Garone, or Barney Visser. So who would like to kick us off? Anybody? Dustin Long is going to take us to the to the court. All right.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Cole, I know this may seem like a kind of a weird question to ask on a night where you guys won both stages and won the race in a dominant fashion, but some of the competitors feel like that they're starting to close the gap a little bit on you guys. Is that kind of a wishful thinking on their part? I mean, how do you feel about tonight? I mean, obviously, in one sense, it looks like it was quite a butt kicking, but there seems to be some hope in the garage, or at least they seem to be expressing it. Are they just fooling themselves?
I don't know. I just think, for us, we've just been trying to push forward, trying to catch the guys that we feel have been a little bit better than us. So I think, in our own little world, trying to catch the 4 and 18 has been challenged, and we've just been plugging away at it. And to get over that hump tonight was a good feeling.
All right. Additional questions? Do we have any questions upstairs?
None.
All
right, we'll come back to Dustin.
What did you feel like was the difference tonight for you guys? Like you said, you feel like you took a step forward, so what was so much different? Because you guys have had some strong runs on the mile and a half and been close here the last several races. Yeah,
we've just been continuing to gain on it. There's been, the rule changes this year has forced us to work on it and find a balance that we're happier with. And, really we've just been plugging away, and Martin's got a really good feel for this track, so definitely plays into his wheelhouse for sure. And really right off the truck we had good speed, even though the balance wasn't perfect, and we just were able to work on it. So it was a smooth, just good feeling weekend. It wasn't never hair on fire, just steady as she goes, and that was a good one. We definitely haven't had a lot of those this year, so it was nice to get one.
All right, I'll ask this question to Cole or anyone who can answer. But prior to 2016, Martin only had 2 Monster Energy Cup wins, and now I believe tonight is his 19th. So talk a little bit about that. A majority of those have come with this team, but what does that say with him as a driver that he's really kind of racked up the victories in the last couple years after having a pretty solid career in the Cup Series before the move to Furniture Row?
Yeah, I just think it kind of shows maturity on his point, and just getting the right people together. We've got a really good group, and all of us have been in the Cup Series for a long time and not had the success that we've had together. So it's it's been an easy relationship right off the ground floor, and and ever since we've paired with Toyota and worked with JGR on a weekly basis, it's really put us over the top. And hopefully we just keep plugging away, and it's been a lot of fun the last few years, that's for sure.
All right, we have a couple other questions coming in. Okay, we'll take one downstairs.
I don't see it as a problem. I mean, you look at the NBA and how successful it is, and it's pretty much all the best players stacked on the same team. So, I think the world of sports like star power, and it just shows you as the rules have gotten closer together and the competition's gotten tighter. The top drivers and top teams elevate to the top, the more even the playing field. So, that's just it. Everybody screams they want parity, and we've got closer parity, and in that fact you have more disparity, I guess.
All right, we'll go upstairs.
Jim Utter, motorsport.com. For Cole, there were a couple guys tonight who seemed to make the most out of 2-tire pit stops. Did you ever deviate from your strategy going in, or feel like you could fall victim to one of those?
I think we did once early in the race, which was fine. It was just product having track position and knowing you had the strongest car, and you're just better off a lot of those times just to not beat yourself, keep 4 tires on it, keep plugging away, and those guys did really good on 2. I mean, it wasn't easy for sure, but we knew in the long run we'd probably march them back down, and we were able to do that.
All right, we'll come back downstairs. Go ahead.
Mark, Arrow PR, and this is Joe and Barney. You guys have known the lean times in this business. I guess it's not work. There it is. You've known the lean times in this deal. With all the wins you guys have had the last 3 years, just how do you feel about the momentum, just keeping it? That this doesn't seem to be a passing fad. You guys seem to be in here the long haul to be consistent winners. And from where you started to where you are, just wondering how you guys feel about that now.
Yeah, well, it goes back a little bit back to the parity question. 5 years ago, you never heard of these guys, and you didn't think that much of Martin. But the truth is, he was that good, and they're showing it. I mean, the team comes together, and I think that's part of the sport. It can happen if you just keep working. It can happen.
All right, we'll get a microphone over to Stephen, please.
Steve Conley, WQIO Radio. This is for all 3 of you. First quarter of the season, you guys were right there. Part of the top 3, obviously, but it was more of Kevin and Kyle. This middle portion of this season so far that we've seen, it's been a lot of Martin and you guys running up front, running away, domination. Has there been something that's changed in the team that's really kind of put you over that top and now have put you basically into that point where a lot of people are looking at you as a repeat champion?
I don't know. I mean, I think just a lot of rule changes kind of over the off season that changed the balance and for us, and it's just been just been a steady progression. Trying to understand it, and it's so easy when you have success to fall into your old traps and the things you do, and we've kind of had to just throw that to the wind a little bit and just continue to work on the new problem that we have and try and find the best solution. As we've gained that mindset and through a lot of hard work, we've started to make ground on it.
All right, additional questions? Dustin, do you have an additional one?
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Cole, it was at this time last year where you guys started really kind of turning things around and really kind of went on that long run. Are there similarities that you're starting to see with this group that what you saw last year, or are things so different that people are going to start making the comparison? Do you see that, or do you not, in what you guys did last year and what you're starting to do now?
Yeah, tonight was a big step in that for sure. I think for us, just we're just continuing to try and get better, and it's been a lot of hard work. We're our biggest critics for sure, and it's just it's pushed us to keep plugging away, and it's just I don't know. It's I don't know if it's the same as last year or not, but we're just I think we've kind of thrown that away, and we just focused on the moment, and we'll see where the future takes us.
All right, any additional questions upstairs? All right, coming back downstairs. Any final questions? Going once, going twice. All right. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for coming in.